directionally challenged hiker here at the little house in the desert. It is Saturday, March 5th, about 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Cloudy, slightly cloudy, breezy day today, but I'm back here to do a little bit more cleanup. Just gonna take you around a little tour, I guess, of where we left off Wednesday. I didn't get any footage after we quit for the day, and I think you'll see some changes from when I started that day. But anyway, so here, back to where those 2x12s were. They are all gone now. That should be our septic tank under there, if I'm not mistaken. And then the hole that I put in the fence that Tuesday afternoon so I could get those 2x12s actually through. And then I'm going to go out here. I'm not going to step on the glass, but you can see my cinder blocks sitting up. I've got those like in strange places around the property as I put my camera on them. But anyway, looking here, that pile of old roofing from the previous roof on little house in the desert has been hauled off to the dumpster. We did that Wednesday after he got off work using the tractor, so there's some, I don't know, I think it's pretty cool footage of that. But yeah, that, and then this pile over here is gone too. That got taken care of on Tuesday. But anyway, I am going to be doing some work today. Yeah, so this is, as I call this is like the formal backyard. When you go beyond that fence there, that's like the backyard. So if we ever get animals, we have like a mostly fenced in pasture already. Anyway, let's walk around the back of the manufactured home. It is looking a little bit naked without its siding and the insulation that I pulled off on the back and the one end and part of the front. But you know, this yard, not much change in the yard here. And we will, the fencing that I just walked through, we will be taking that down that divides the manufactured home from the other house. But we'll leave that fencing there because that's pretty decent fencing. But anyway, I'm gonna walk you around, probably take you back inside the manufactured home. We did some cleanup on that Wednesday also. I had some fun pitching stuff out, and there should be a video of that before this video comes out. Again, I didn't get around to doing an end of the day tour that afternoon. We watched the sunset and I was pretty tired. But so this is what it's looking inside the manufactured home at this point. Still a lot of debris, but I got out some of the big stuff. I'm not going to be really messing with this today. We'll clean out some more stuff that we can just clean out, and then we're going to make it fall down. Anyway, so yeah, that's the manufactured home. And then this is our dumpster that is, you know, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. It looked so huge and then it looked so small, and that roofing kind of helped collapse and squash down some of the stuff that I'd thrown in there Tuesday and Wednesday. So anyway, I should probably get to work here. To tackle this pile, sitting right on top, and I'm going to move it out of the way because it was kind of awkward for me to haul to the dumpster right off, is part of the framing from the pantry that was in Little House in the Desert. Yeah, it wasn't exactly anchored to anything properly, and I'm like, it has to go. So we ripped it out. And here you can see, I think it was windy again. Pretty sure it was windy again. And my camera was blowing over. So awesome shot of some clouds right now. I mean, clouds were pretty awesome that day. I will, in later videos, my husband has tripods, and I begin to employ the tripods, and thus we don't have the camera falling over fail the way that I do when I just try to set it up on cinder blocks and use rocks to, stabilize it. But yeah, so here I am, I'm just tackling that pile. Was a huge pile, and it ended up taking 2 days of, well, not 2 full days, but 2 days of my kind of having at it and hauling it to the dumpster. Um, but it's amazing how, as the pile dwindles, you just you feel a sense of success and accomplishment. I'm guessing you can see this little guy. I found him when I was digging through the pile over there, and he is pretty angry at me, and he actually makes noise. I didn't realize they made noise. He's probably not going to make it now, but anyway, he's going to have to find himself a new home here. Just had to get some footage of that little guy for you all. Pretty sure he was a gecko. Um, his skin, whatever, was different than a lot of the lizards that I see around here. But yeah, he was not too happy that I was wrecking his home, but needless to say, that pile of building materials needs to go. And he was one of a few things that I unearthed as I, you know, removed it and hauled it off to the dumpster. There was a rat, scorpion, multiple spiders. No snakes though. So I can handle some of the smaller stuff. It does creep me out, but I think I would completely lose it if I unearthed a rattlesnake. As I'm watching myself deal with this huge, huge pile of, you know, building materials, nasty building materials. I mean, it's set out there for a couple years now, and that wallboard is kind of damp, wet. Guess not as bad as if it had been sitting out in a rainy climate. We are pretty dry here, but still, yeah. And I'm kind of wondering, um, would I have signed up for this? Would my younger self have signed up for tackling a project like this? You know, I guess my husband and I, our first home, um, we got it, we bought it, and it ended up being more of a project home than we ever intended. It was supposedly a 1950s build back in Illinois, ended up being a 1939, originally one of those like beach cabin type things. And we probably were in over our head at times, but we did it. We survived. But we went into it, that house back in Illinois, we went into it thinking it was a pretty decent little home and, you know, didn't quite know what we were getting into. And I will say that, you know, we went into this with our eyes wide open. I mean, we knew it was going to be work, um, knew there was going to be cleanup. We had an idea what it was going to be like working out in the heat. We've been in Arizona since the end of 2005, and our previous property was a foreclosure that had burned. So we spent our first summer in Arizona gutting that, and then we did pay a contractor to do most of the rebuild. We did do a little bit of the work ourselves, but um, yeah, we're a little older now. Mid 30s is when we originally moved down here, and yeah, we're both, you know, I just turned 51, so when I was taking this video, I was still 50, but yeah. But again, I think we knew what we were getting into. We've experienced some of the Arizona critters, mostly for me, mostly hiking. I've encountered a few rattlesnakes. Not that I was ever in danger. We've when we were out in Gila Bend for that year and a half, we dealt with a few sidewinders on the property, but again, we were never in danger. But yeah, so it's like I look at this and it's like, yeah, I knew what I was getting into, and you'll probably hear me say or see in some of the future videos that I already have footage of, like kind of what was I thinking some days when, it's hot and it's a lot more work than you thought. But it is about 5:10 p.m. So been out here for a few hours and basically just worked on this pile today. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. I disturbed some critters. There was one very angry lizard type critter. I moved him, and the other lizards I disturbed, when they saw me, they just kind of ran off. And then there was a live mouse, small rat, and it ran off too. So I need to finish dealing with that pile another day. But I'll take you over to the dumpster now and let you see how it is filling up. Actually had fun tossing in the cut up pieces of 2x4 and even the wallboard. When the wallboard broke down into little pieces, it tossed pretty easily. But anyway, yeah, that's what I did today, and I broke my door, so I had to get another ramp. So until next time, directionally challenged hiker. Wednesday, March 9th already at the little house in the desert. I don't think I've been out here since Saturday. Yeah, that's really bad when you can't remember the last time you were at a place. But anyway, it's been a crazy week, and I don't remember how I wrapped it up on Saturday evening, so this is where I left off. I'm gonna work on that pile again today. I would love to see that pile gone, but we'll see. And then, as you can see out here, as I call it, the formal backyard. Yeah, it needs work, but it is definitely, free of much of the debris that was there. Let's take a look north here. Yeah, I've got those stacks there. Just take a little look at our containers and those bushes that had awesome bees in them. But anyway, I am going to start work here in just a few minutes. The back of that manufactured home, hopefully soon. You won't be seeing the back of that manufactured home anymore. I'm sure hoping to not be seeing the back of that manufactured home in the near future. And yeah, my dumpster. And it still has trash in it, but that's a good thing. I'm wanting to get it all filled up and give the landfill dump a call and have them pick it up and drop it back off before I take off on my Grand Canyon hike here coming up soon. But anyway, I am going to get started, so putting you on time lapse. I guess I should specify that most of our homes / properties have been project homes. I talked about our first home that we bought in Illinois, that ended up being a 1939 old beach house. That was definitely not quite what we expected to get into at that point in our lives, but we pulled it off. And then our second home in Illinois, not much of a project home. We did split a single bath into 2 bathrooms before we sold it and moved down here in the end of 2005. And then, I don't know, for those of you that recall, the 2005-2006 market was similar to the market right now for housing. okay, maybe not quite as inflated, but houses were just insanely expensive, and we ended up buying a foreclosure home at auction that had burned. So we did go into that knowing it was going to be a piece of work, and spent our first summer gutting it. But yeah, so I mean that was number 3, and then we spent about a year and a half out in Gila Bend, kind of off gridding it. That was an experience, and I'm hoping to, at one point it'd have to be a slideshow because I don't really have any video of that property, but it was an experience. It kind of prepared me for this and made me want this. I mean, again, I think we knew what we were getting into when we decided to tackle this. The 10 acres was so appealing, the views, and it's kind of amazing how what is important changes as you age. I mean, yeah, when we moved down here and tackled our first project, we were mid-30s. Now we are, just entering our 50s. And it does make a difference, but there's a vision, there's a dream. Animals maybe in the future, nothing huge, just some small animals besides my chickens. But yeah, we're hoping to figure out how to do some gardening, grow our own food. And yeah, it is Arizona, but that is something we're wanting to try. We did attempt a little bit of rainwater collection when we were out in Gila Bend for that year and a half. So that is in the plan for this property here. So there's going to be a lot of learning here. But I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean that makes life, right? You don't want to just be stagnant. You want to, I don't know. I'd be bored. I think I'd be bored if I just, sat in the comforts of maybe what we would call a city life, or yeah. Anyway, yeah, I say that a lot. My husband picks on me about it. It is what it is. So as I'm wrapping it up here, I am feeling a sense of accomplishment today. I mean, that pile is mostly gone. So it is just after 4 p.m. and I think I was fairly successful in cleaning up that pile today. Yeah, it was kind of an experience. There's so much more work to do. But anyway, I don't know if you saw, I pulled out some busted up like cement stuff from the fence, and there was a giant scorpion and lots of spiders. I actually had a couple spiders on me. Yeah, I don't like spiders. Saw the big collared lizard and one of those angry gecko type things. Yeah, he was pretty angry again. They scream at you. And then a little rat. Yeah, let's just put my foot by that and give you an idea how big that is. But yeah, that is a monster hole. He wasn't that awful big. I did manage to step in it. I don't know if it'll get caught on time lapse, but yeah, I stepped in it as I was finishing up here today. But yeah, I don't know. I got a fair amount done. I might go do some more. I'm not quite sure. I need to get the dirt out of my boot from stepping in that stupid hole there. But I cleaned up a little bit by the door. Yeah, so we'll see what else I do. Otherwise, later. Still Wednesday, March 9th. I'm really in the I don't want to do anything mode, but I think I'll just do a little bit of work over here while I wait for my husband to get off work. But anyway, we'll see how this goes. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I found a snake skin too. So yeah, I'm pretty creeped out at this point. Well, I'm at that point in editing or trying to do voiceover for it where I'm like, I'm done. Just had a distraction. Our one son just stopped by the house to change clothes because he got all nasty on his job under a mobile home. But anyway, this lifestyle out here is even more appealing. We had some weather, not so much in town at what is now his house, but in some of the surrounding area. They got hit really hard and yes, have been without power since Sunday night. And it looks like it's not going to be coming back on until tomorrow, or it would be Monday night. I'm a little bit confused there, but no. They'll be without power for 2 days. And again, this is Arizona. We've been pushing 110 degrees. That is really huge. Not that you can't have issues with solar and things like that, but we will hopefully be prepared out here. And as you can see, my husband, Never Ending Project, has shown up and he is helping me with a little bit. He's grabbing some of those straps. He's going to make those railroad ties that are on the far right of the screen. He's going to make those disappear. He's just going to haul them to another area. We don't need them in the way here, but they will possibly be used for something later. And that little stove is also going to disappear. And I'm just going to continue working on the debris. But there we have, there's the tractor. Again, an awesome piece of equipment. Not something I ever dreamed or thought I would own, but yeah, we have a tractor. We plan on employing it quite a bit in the future. And I guess you can see me there spraying doing a little bit of perimeter spray for some of the bugs and critters that I have disturbed. Yeah, I have disturbed their slumber, but. All right, well, it's a little bit after 5:30 p.m. and we're calling it. He got out here after work for just a little bit. But yeah, that's what the dumpster is looking like right now. But I told him I have spaghetti sauce cooking at home and, I'm pretty hungry. So he also has shutdown going on right now, so he's working 6/10s, only has Sundays off, so not a lot of time off. But show you, I did a little bit more after that pile. I worked on the end of the trailer a little bit and definitely got into some more creepy crawlies, nasty old centipede, a couple little scorpions. Yeah, there is wildlife in abundance out here. Not sure how I'm feeling about that, but yeah, got that cleaned up. I don't know if it got caught on time lapse. I did a little bit of a perimeter spray around the house, and then some of where I was, stirring stuff up today, because now that I've stirred stuff up, I'm going with the fact that it's going to be on the move. But yeah, another look at that hole. Yeah, but anyway, calling it a night. Until next time, directionally challenged hiker at the little house in the desert.